I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is Dr. Mandell, and today I want to share something that can truly support your heart, your circulation, and your overall vitality, especially if you're over the age of 50. Because as we get older, our bodies start sending signals. Some are subtle, some are loud, and some we ignore until they become a real problem. But the good news is that nature gives us powerful tools, simple, accessible, everyday remedies, when we understand how to use them. Now, let me start with this 1 tablespoon a day of a natural compound can help support clearer arteries, healthier blood vessels, and improved blood flow. We're going to talk about that, but I want to first set the stage and explain why this matters so much, especially to men past midlife. Because here's the truth, after 50, men start facing challenges they didn't deal with in their 20s or 30s. Circulation slows down, arteries become stiffer, cholesterol starts creeping up, inflammation becomes more common, stress accumulates inside the body, even when we think we're holding everything together on the outside. And the worst part, many of these changes happen silently without obvious symptoms until the body starts giving warnings: less energy, slower recovery, heaviness in the chest, cold hands and feet, shortness of breath, fatigue after minimal activity, or just that off, feeling you can't quite explain. Think of your arteries like highways. When you were younger, those highways were smooth, clean, flexible, and efficient. Blood flowed like a brand new car on open road. But with time, because of diet, stress, lack of movement, poor sleep, and even normal aging, those highways accumulate debris, plaque, inflammation, narrowing, rough patches. And when that happens, your heart has to work harder than it was designed to. But here's the encouraging part: the body is amazingly intelligent. It wants to heal. It wants to repair. It wants to regenerate. And when you give it the right tools, even simple natural compounds, it can support healthier circulation in ways that surprise you. Now, I want you might be wondering, how can just 1 tablespoon a day help my arteries? And that's exactly what we're going to explore step by step in this series. Before we get into the remedy itself, let's talk quickly about why men over 50 are the group that struggles the most with these issues. Number 1, inflammation increases. This is called inflammaging, and it affects every major system in the body. Number 2, the flexibility of blood vessels decreases. Arteries become less elastic, which means higher blood pressure and more strain on the heart. Number 3, metabolism slows down, so fats and sugars aren't processed as efficiently. Number 4, stress hormones like cortisol elevate even if you don't feel stressed. And number 5, lifestyle habits catch up. Years of sitting, processed foods, not enough hydration, not enough movement. The good news is that the body is not stuck. It's not fixed in one direction. It's constantly changing. And every single day gives you a chance to support it, nourish it, and give it what it needs to work better. Imagine waking up with more energy, clearer thinking, steadier breathing, and a feeling of lightness in your chest. Imagine walking upstairs without feeling winded. Imagine having warmer hands and feet because circulation is flowing properly again. This is not fantasy. This is biology responding to the right inputs. And this is why timing matters. Because when you take natural compounds at the right time of day, they work even better. Your body absorbs more, processes more, and puts the nutrients to work exactly where they're needed. And lifestyle matters too. Small habits, simple, consistent habits are what keep your heart strong and your arteries clean. Not extreme diets, not complicated routines, not fancy supplements, just good practical everyday choices. Now in this series, we're going to break down everything clearly. You'll understand exactly how this remedy works, when to take it, why it supports clearer arteries, and what habits amplify its effects. So let's begin this journey together. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share has helped millions of people support better heart health, and it can help you too. Now, let's start talking about this powerful natural remedy. 1 tablespoon a day of an ingredient that has been used for generations to support heart health, reduce inflammation, and help keep the arteries cleaner and more flexible. Before I tell you exactly what it is, I want you to fully understand why this works so effectively. When people think of clogged arteries, they imagine big blockages, something dramatic. But in reality, it starts very small. Microscopic inflammation inside the arterial walls. Tiny cholesterol particles get entrapped. Oxidative stress damaging the lining of the blood vessels. That's how plaque begins, quietly, slowly, over years. So when we talk about clearing and supporting the arteries, we're not talking about scraping away big chunks. We're talking about reducing inflammation, stopping oxidation, softening the arterial walls, and allowing the body to naturally break down buildup at its own pace. The natural ingredient we're focusing on here helps with all of these processes. It contains antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and natural circulatory enhancers that help the blood flow more smoothly. And when your blood flows better, everything in your body works more efficiently. Your brain, your muscles, your heart, even your digestion. This is why I say you don't have to accept poor circulation as just aging. You can absolutely support your arteries at any stage of life. Now, Let's talk specifically about what happens to a man's cardiovascular system after 50, because understanding this helps you see why this 1 tablespoon can make such a noticeable difference. As men age, the endothelial lining, the delicate inner layer of your blood vessels, begins to lose its protective ability. This lining produces nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels so blood can flow freely. But after 50, nitric oxide levels start to drop. This means the vessel walls become stiffer, more narrow, and more reactive to stress. That alone can raise blood pressure and make the heart pump harder. At the same time, inflammation accumulates inside the vessel walls. This inflammation acts like glue, trapping cholesterol and other particles that circulate in the bloodstream. Over time, these particles harden into plaque. Now here's where the tablespoon remedy becomes incredibly powerful, because it helps calm inflammation and supports nitric oxide production. When you reduce inflammation, the vessel walls soften. The lining becomes healthier and blood flows more freely. When nitric oxide increases, the vessels relax and open. This combination helps your heart work with much less strain. You might start noticing things like a warmer hands and feet, a less pressure in the chest, a better stamina, clearer thinking, a lighter, more energized feeling, improved morning circulation, like easier breathing when walking or climbing stairs, all because your blood is flowing better. But here's something very important. Timing matters. Your body processes nutrients differently at different times of day. For maximum absorption and maximum circulatory benefit, there are 2 ideal windows. First, early morning. When you wake up, your blood is thicker, your vessels are more constricted, and your circulation has been slower during sleep. This is why many heart events happen in the morning. Taking your tablespoon remedy at this time helps thin the blood naturally, improve flow, and open the vessels for the day ahead. Second, before bedtime, your body repairs itself at night, your blood pressure naturally dips, your arteries relax. When you take this tablespoon remedy before sleep, it's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds work while your body is in its repair mode. That means deeper healing, better recovery, and smoother circulation the next morning. Now, men often ask me, Dr. Mandell, can small lifestyle habits really make a difference for my arteries? And the answer is absolutely yes. In fact, your arteries respond almost immediately to better choices. More water, more movement, more clean foods, less sugary and processed foods, less prolonged sitting, simple habits that cost nothing. In the next part, I'm going to reveal the exact remedy, how to take it, and the lifestyle habits that amplify its effects dramatically. Now let's talk about the remedy itself. 1 tablespoon a day of a natural powerhouse that has supported heart and vascular health for generations. That ingredient is extra virgin olive oil, simple, pure, and one of the most researched natural compounds on the planet when it comes to cardiovascular support. Why olive oil? Because it contains a special compound called oleocanthal, which works similarly to natural anti-inflammatory agents, helping calm the irritation that forms inside the blood vessels. When the inner lining of your arteries becomes irritated, that's when plaque begins to form. So by reducing that irritation, you're supporting the health and cleanliness of your arteries every single day. Olive oil also has monounsaturated fats, which help lower bad cholesterol, support good cholesterol, and keep the blood flowing more freely. And then there are the polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that protect your arterial walls from oxidative damage. This means less stiffness, more flexibility, and greater support for overall circulation. Now let's break down exactly what happens in your body when you take 1 tablespoon of olive oil daily. First, it helps keep your blood vessels relaxed. When the arteries stay flexible, blood pressure naturally stays in a healthier range. Your heart doesn't have to push as hard, and the entire circulatory system begins to work more efficiently. Second, it reduces inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the leading contributors to plaque formation. The polyphenols in olive oil help calm that inflammatory process, allowing the arteries to function more smoothly. Third, it fights oxidative stress. This is what causes the inside of your vessels to harden and narrow over time. Olive oil's antioxidants help protect the lining from this kind of damage. Fourth, it supports healthier cholesterol levels. The monounsaturated fats in olive oil don't clog arteries, they help clean them. They assist your body in balancing LDL and HDL cholesterol in a much healthier way. Now the question is, how and when should you take your tablespoon? Timing is essential. One of the best times is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. After hours of sleep, your circulation slows down. Your blood becomes thicker, your vessels are more constricted. This is why supporting your arteries first thing in the morning has such a powerful effect. That tablespoon of olive oil helps wake up the digestive system gently, improves blood flow, and gives your body a dose of anti-inflammatory compounds right when it needs them most. The next ideal time is before bed. At night, your body enters repair mode. This is when inflammation decreases and healing processes activate. Taking a tablespoon of olive oil before sleep gives your body the tools it needs to support healthier arteries while you rest. Many people report waking up with better circulation, more energy, and less stiffness in the chest or limbs. If you prefer, you can also use your tablespoon on a salad, mix it with warm water and lemon, or drizzle it over cooked vegetables. But if you take it straight, you get the full potency immediately. Now, let's talk about lifestyle, because olive oil works beautifully But it works even better when combined with simple daily habits. The first habit is hydration. Most people don't drink enough water, and dehydration thickens the blood. When your blood is thicker, it travels with more difficulty through your arteries. Aim for steady water intake throughout the day, not all at once. Second, move your body. You don't need intense workouts. Even 10 minutes of brisk walking helps your arteries expand and contract properly. Movement increases nitric oxide production, which naturally relaxes the blood vessels. Third, get more whole foods into your meals. Fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans. These all support circulation and keep inflammation down. The more natural your diet becomes, the cleaner your arteries can remain over time. Fourth, sleep is essential. Poor sleep raises stress hormones, which stiffen the arteries. A calm mind, regular sleep routine, and a restful environment can make a big difference. And fifth, manage stress. Deep breathing, slower exhalations, peaceful moments. These signal your nervous system to relax. And when your nervous system relaxes, so do your blood vessels. In the next part, I'll show you how to combine everything into a simple daily routine that supports your arteries from morning to night, along with additional natural ingredients that work beautifully alongside the olive oil. Now that you understand the power of that 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and the importance of timing, let's bring everything together into a simple daily routine, something you can follow effortlessly, something that supports your arteries from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep. I always tell people your heart loves consistency. It doesn't need perfection. It doesn't need a strict diet. It needs steady, supportive habits that give it what it needs to function with ease. So let's walk through what a heart-friendly day can look like step by step. When you wake up in the morning, your body is in a state of transition. Your blood pressure rises, your heart rate increases, and your blood becomes more active after hours of rest. This is the perfect moment to give your system its first boost. Start your day with a small glass of warm water. This helps thin the blood naturally and encourages smoother morning circulation. Then take your 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Think of this as priming your system, supporting your arteries, calming inflammation, and giving your cells the nutrients they need to start the day strong. If you want, you can follow it with a squeeze of fresh lemon in warm water. This helps digestion and provides antioxidants that work alongside the olive oil. After this, spend just 2 or 3 minutes doing gentle movement. This could be stretching, walking around the room, swinging your arms lightly, anything to wake up your circulation. Movement triggers nitric oxide release, helping the arteries expand and relax. As your day begins, try to follow a simple principle. Eat real foods, foods that grow from the earth, foods that are minimally processed, foods that nourish the body instead of overloading it. These foods keep inflammation down and support the natural cleaning processes inside your arteries. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, and lean proteins all help the circulatory system function with ease. During the day, avoid long periods of sitting. Every hour, stand up for a minute or two. This simple habit has an impressive effect on your arteries. When you sit too long, blood flow slows and the vessels stiffen. When you stand and move even slightly, your body reduces that stiffness almost instantly. Hydration is also essential. Small sips throughout the day are better than large amounts all at once. When the body stays hydrated, the blood stays thinner and flows more easily through the vessels. Think of it as giving your heart a smoother path to work with. Now, as the day winds down, your body naturally begins preparing for repair. This is where your nighttime routine becomes incredibly important. A calm, relaxed mind helps relax the arteries. Soft breathing, a few slow inhales and exhales, a quiet moment before bed, these small habits can reduce stress hormones that otherwise tighten the blood vessels. This is also the ideal moment for your 2nd tablespoon of olive oil if you choose to take it at night. Remember, while you sleep, your body is repairing. It's healing the lining of your arteries. It's reducing inflammation. Giving it olive oil before bed provides antioxidants and healthy fats that support those healing processes. Some people prefer a variation in the evening. They might mix the olive oil with warm water and a small amount of lemon. Others drizzle it over steamed vegetables or add it to a small salad. However you choose to take it, the goal is to support your arteries as your body enters its nighttime repair cycle. There are also a few additional natural ingredients that work beautifully with olive oil. Garlic, for example, I want you to help support healthy blood pressure and has antioxidant properties. Ginger helps calm inflammation. Turmeric supports the lining of the blood vessels. You don't need all of these every day. Just incorporating them into your meals when possible can make a meaningful difference. And remember, your emotional environment matters too. Stress, tension, frustration, they all stiffen the arteries. A peaceful environment, uplifting thoughts, moments of calm, they soften the arteries. The body listens to everything, what you eat, what you think, how you breathe, and how you move. In the next part, we'll bring everything home. I'll guide you through how to maintain these habits long term, what signs to look for as your circulation improves, and how this simple routine can transform your cardiovascular wellness. Now that you have the full picture, how inflammation develops, how arteries become less flexible with age, how 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil can support cleaner vessels, and how timing and daily habits amplify that effect. Let's bring all of this together into something you can keep with you for life. Because the goal here isn't just a temporary improvement. The goal is long-term cardiovascular support, something that grows stronger with time, something that helps you stay active, energized, and confident as the years go on. And the beautiful thing is that everything we've talked about is simple. It's natural. It works with your body, not against it. So let's talk about what to expect as you stay consistent with these habits. One of the first things many people notice is improved morning circulation. They wake up feeling lighter, more refreshed, with warmer hands and feet. That's because the arteries are more relaxed and blood flow is smoother. When the vessels aren't stiff or inflamed, the heart doesn't have to struggle to push blood through narrow passages. It can work at a more natural pace. Another thing many people notice is improved energy during the day. When your blood carries oxygen more efficiently, everything in your body performs better. Your brain, your muscles, your digestion, your focus. You feel more awake, but not jittery. You feel stable, grounded, and more in control of your day. Some people also report clearer thinking. When circulation improves, the brain responds immediately, mental fog lifts, focus becomes sharper. It becomes easier to stay present, to stay calm, and to process information throughout the day. Over time, as inflammation calms and the blood vessels become more flexible, you may notice improvements in physical stamina. You might walk longer without fatigue, climb stairs more easily, perform daily tasks with less strain. These are signs that your arteries are supporting you the way they should. And perhaps one of the most powerful changes, your heart feels more at ease. You too. That heaviness or tightness some people feel in the chest can begin to diminish as blood moves more freely. When your heart doesn't have to fight against resistance, stiff arteries, I want you to, it becomes more efficient and more comfortable. Now, how do you maintain these improvements long-term? Consistency. That's the key. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow a strict routine every single day, but you do need to give your body steady support. Here's a simple plan you can follow each morning. Take your tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Drink your warm water. Move your body for a few minutes. Eat foods that nourish you. Hydrate regularly. Avoid long periods of sitting. These habits may look small, but they build a powerful foundation for your cardiovascular health. In the evening, give your body space to calm down. Reduce noise. Slow your breath. Let your system unwind. And if you choose to take your olive oil at night as well, do so with intention, knowing that you are giving your arteries what they need to repair, soften, and support you while you sleep over the coming weeks and months. Pay attention to the signs. Notice your energy levels. Notice how quickly you recover from activity. Notice how your breathing feels. Notice the warmth in your hands and feet. These are indicators of circulation improving from the inside out. And most importantly, stay patient with your body. Healing is a process. The arteries didn't stiffen overnight, and they won't transform overnight. But the body is always working, always responding to what you give it. Every tablespoon, every glass of water, every good meal, every peaceful moment, it all adds up. Think of this routine as an act of support for your heart. Think of it as communication with your body saying, I'm working with you. When you make these choices, you're investing in your future health, your longevity, and your ability to live with strength and clarity as you age. So keep going. Stay consistent, trust the process, and remember, you're not just supporting your arteries, you're supporting your life, your energy, your vitality, and the years still ahead of you. This is Dr. Mandell. I love and appreciate every one of you. Stay healthy, stay strong, and keep taking care of your wonderful body.